Hello everyone, ObsidiusFan's here with my third session of Q&A. Remember last time I said that this Q&A will be about Pokemon, so I received tons of different questions about this series. Remember, this is going to be unscripted, and and English is not my first language, so I will mispronounce tons of things, but you will have a pretty good time. So let's start with some questions. Weeval461 asks, best and worst Pokemon types? Well, really I can't decide. I have tons of favorite types, and it really depends on what type of person you are. If you like some types, it's okay, and if you don't like them, it's good. But here are my 4 favorites: Fire, Ghost, Dragon, and Fighting. And my favorite Pokemon of all time is Garchomp, so you can pretty know why I like them so much. I also like Darmanitan. And Ghost type, my favorite is Giratina, and from Fighting, Blaziken or Breloom. Second question: do you find some Pokemon generations to be overrated or underrated? Underrated? None of them, but overrated? The first one. I mean, it had some great Pokemon and it was the first one to introduce the series, but Gen Wooners, they are fucking annoying. Tommy the Player asks, what do you think about Pokemon Conquest? Well, I only know a little bit about it from a countdown made by Nintendo Countdown, one of my friends here on YouTube, but I really never played. I am not a big fan of RTS games and turn-based RPGs. Yeah, I love Pokemon, but I am not a big fan of RPGs. But it looks like a pretty good game, and I actually might pick it up someday. My favorite Pokemon music track. I made an entire top 10 about it. I mean, it was my first countdown ever and it sucks balls. I might remake it someday. But my favorite music track is right there, so you could go and watch it. My favorite Pokemon movies, the next question. Well, I really didn't watch them all because in order to watch them, I want to see them in the Latin Spanish language. And I couldn't find them all. So although I haven't watched all Pokemon movies, my favorite is Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. That movie is sad, very sad. I mean, I cried with that movie. But the rest is pure gold. It's pure gold. It's action-packed, it's funny, it's everything you want in a Pokemon movie. Do you find Pokemon Yellow overrated? Yes. Honestly, having a game in which Pikachu follows all over around you and you can even evolve in is a pretty bad idea. I understand it follows the awesome anime, but I'm not a big fan of that game. I still love it because it's Pokemon and I can't hate it, but come on, it's not that good. Well, at least you managed to have the 3 starters in one game, and I have to give credit to credit is. The Oblivion 7431 asks, what's, in your opinion, the coolest type combination? Well, that's a very good question. There are tons of excellent type combinations in the series. I'm going to go for Ghost and Fire from Chandelure, Dragon and Ground for Garchomp, well, there's Steel and Grass from Ferroseed. I can't really decide. This may lead to a very good countdown. I'm going to write that down. Vibrant Man for the win asks, what generation would you like to live in? Well, honestly, I would like to live in all Pokemon regions, but if I had to choose, maybe Unova in Black and White too. You know, there are Pokemon from all generations. You have Pokestar Studios, the World Tournament, Nimbasa City, Castelia City. Those locations are excellent. Pokemon locations. That would lead to a very good countdown too. I write that down too. What is your favorite poison type? Nidoking, no questions asked. He's a giant dinosaur who is also a poison type, and he's very useful in battle. And what I also love about Nidoking is that he's a reference to a great monster in the Godzilla series called Baragon. Look at them, they are just the same monster in one, and because of that, Nidoking is by far my favorite poison type, and maybe he's in my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. Marth0000 asks, who's your favorite Pokemon trainer? My favorite rival is N. You already know why. He has a good backstory, he's a very likable character, and trust me, I will talk about him someday. Also, His battle is one of my favorite bosses ever, and he's one of my favorite video game characters. And my favorite champion is Cynthia. You know why? She's badass as hell, she was the first female champion, her battle is just complete epic and is one of my favorite final bosses ever. And when I make that countdown, you are sure that she's gonna be on there. The Fighting Pigeon asks, what's my favorite generation? The fifth one. The second question from him is my favorite legendary Pokemon. Well, I'm not going to answer that. I have a top 10 plan on that topic. Most overrated Pokemon? Well, we all know the most overrated Pokemon is Charizard. But you know what? I love Charizard. I mean, I truly love him. Not only because he was part of my childhood, that's what Gen Winners do. I like his design, I like his moveset, I think he's very useful in battle. And the sad thing is that Gen Winners ruined him for me. He's still a very good Pokemon, and please, sometimes you should ignore Gen Winners and realize how cool of a Pokemon Charizard is. My least favorite rival? Gary Oak. I hate that fucking bastard. I actually never named him things like douche or stupid asshole, but he's so damn annoying, and although I'll never make a top 10 most hated video game characters because I don't hate many video game characters, Gary Oak is one of them. Really, I hate him. Junior Gamer 27 asks, what are your favorite starters from each generation? Well, that's a very interesting question. From the first one, Charizard. From the second one, Feraligatr. From the third one, Sceptile. From the fourth one, Torterra. And for the fifth one, Samurott. But I also like Emboar a lot, so when Black and White 2 were announced, I said I just have to pick him for the second game. And I do that, and I'm not regretting it. Emboar is just damn awesome. Name some of your favorite gym leaders. Wow, that's a very good question. I really don't know which ones I can come up with. Giovanni, Price, Titan Lisa, Volner, Elisa, Skyla. That's a very good question. Maybe I'll make a countdown someday. Well, Quarter Guy already did that. Maybe I'll tell you more about that someday. And the last question from this Q&A is, what are your thoughts on Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness? I actually never played them, they were from the GameCube, and I don't have a GameCube. So that was all for today. This was a pretty interesting Pokemon Q&A, and I liked all these questions, so thank you very much. For the next Q&A, ask me whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Pokemon Q&A. I really want you to ask me some interesting questions like the other Q&As. So I'm ObsidiusFan, and you can wait soon for my next countdown.